All right, so on deck is we about from my favorite division here. I'm loving this division as I get closer and closer and more into it. It's the best, They're just athletic fucking heavyweights, man. It's so good. But here we got the Warhorse and Khalil Rountree. Why are you laughing at me, man?
It's because it's so funny. I just love that like that's where your heart seems to like. You play into that beautifully, because I think even when we used to watch fights back in the day, it was like definitely the big boys, and everybody seemed to love. And the big boys back then were really solid. But you found a way to still keep that love going. Meanwhile, here I'm falling in love with like 5'6", 5'7", like 125-pound men. Maybe that's why I'm working out 6 times a day now. Who knows? Fuck.
It's just that in the heavyweights, you either get like the best of the best, or you can get a really underwhelming fight because dudes aren't in shape.
Yeah,
I feel like that just doesn't happen in this division. It's like heavyweights that are just chiseled, man. It's a great division.
Well, I think it depends on the guys that you choose to kind of talk about, right? Because I think Felipe and Tafa are great examples of guys that at 6 feet, they kind of, I don't want to say they wear the weight well, but they make 265 look kind of small, wouldn't you say? At 6 feet,
yeah, for
right?
sure.
They're pretty much like it's actually.
And I'm pretty sure I heard Cormier refer to Felipe as a sexy beast at some point during that fight too.
God, how I feel about that guy. That guy's too much for me. So
here we got Khalil Rountree taking on Marcin Prachnio. Rountree, he comes in with the 8-4 record. He's been in the UFC since 2016, so he's been around for a while. He was in Ultimate Fighter season 23. He's 4-3 in the UFC. We were supposed to see him fight Sam Alvey in 2020. That didn't happen. But in 2019, he did beat Eric Anders before losing to our boy Cutabella in the first round by elbows. So, looking forward to seeing him bounce back. Marcin, on the flip side, he has that 13-5 record. The UFC, though, has not been kind to this man. He's made his debut in 2018. He's gone 0-3 since. He has losses to Sam Alvey, Ankalev, and Mike Rodriguez back in August. So this is going to be a big one for him. I think he really needs to come up with a strong showing here.
Yeah, I mean, I would almost make the argument. I feel like both of them kind of really do. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even think from... Like, the UFC is doing a really big job of trying to kind of, cut down the roster in some ways. And I do believe when you look at Khalil Rountree, I feel like he's a guy that fights way more than he actually does. I feel like I maybe he haunts me in my dreams. I'm not sure. But the fact that even that Cutelaba fight was back in 2019, I mean, the two things about his losses, right? They're devastating first-round losses against two guys who kind of made very, very minimal come-ups after fighting him, and then took on fairly better competition, and didn't it fell off. Like, let's be honest here, like two guys who had a lot of promise. Cutelaba showing up like the Hulk in all of his little weigh-ins, like all those things were prized to be big movements for them. The big thing about that I loved about the Cutelaba fight is you expected things to be good for him after fighting Glover, right? Fighting Glover Teixeira and coming up short, obviously, against what we could call a potential champion at one point in his career. If not, what he looks like now, he could even be a potential champion. But to beat Khalil Rountree, then to lose to Ankalev twice, obviously the fake one, right? So like that,
I remember that now.
Yeah. Yeah, so like the thing for me, it's like the fighters we're dealing with right now, like I'm going to tell you, Pies, from a betting perspective, I have to tell you, this is advice as a friend, as a colleague, as a brother. Like, hey, it's just not, who knows, bro. Take an under and have fun with it.
Oh, man, you might feel that way even more after you see the line. So anything else you want to touch on before we jump into the Vegas odds?
It's so funny, but you're gonna laugh, and I'm almost willingly. We'll get into it. Yeah, do you want to do a little? And here we go for Pies' lines. I'm gonna tell you that I honestly believe that even if Vegas doesn't agree, like I have to say that Vegas should just make this a pick 'em and let whoever wins win. So pick 'em. It's a pick 'em.
Oh man, your boy Roundtree here is a minus 335 favorite.
Wow. Okay. Yo, honestly, homie, yes, this man has been devastatingly rocked 3 times since 2018. I will say that at the end of the day, the juice on that is pretty substantial because you're telling, like, let's look at lines accordingly. Like, if that's what Roundtree is ranked at that level, I mean, bro, there's some things for us to look into regarding this fight when it comes down to just what Pies likes to call pies is, pies is pies.
Man, I gotta say, given what you're telling me here, Marcin to finish has to be just stupendous odds, man.
Just for the hell of it, right? I mean, and at the end of the day,
sure.
I'm telling you right now, for me, the under is hella juicy. What could be definitely hella, like, leaning those odds is even if you look at the Topology rankings for both fighters, one guy's coming in at 23, he's been in the UFC for most of his career, and obviously losing to pretty good fighters, and Marcin's coming in at 86. Like, that's pretty substantial for the light heavyweight division. So, I mean, with an aging group and Khalil Rountree potentially, according to Vegas, making a nice little comeback here, it's going to be interesting to see where this all lands. But you can bet your bottom dollar that nothing substantial is leaving my pocket for anything around this. But an under. I do like an under.
Unless the under.
Yes, I do like an under in this. I do love the
good
under.
Advice, brother. That's good advice. Of course, man. Of course.
Yeah. Just lay the under and make some popcorn. And,
Enjoy my division,
Enjoy his division. Wow, let's do it. Maybe that's a t-shirt to make right there. Just Pies' picture, UFC logo, the light heavyweight champ right here. This is the light heavyweight champ. Let's get it.
So that was an absolute treat. That wraps up UFC 257. Enjoy the card this weekend, guys. It's going to be a real treat. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe, hit that bell button. Make sure you give us a follow on Instagram, Twitter. All our information is below. And yeah, it's going to be a good one. Anything else you want to touch on, Siraj?
Happy birthday to the GOAT. Peace.
Later, guys.